Before they get down to business, Stefano Ambrosetti distributes vests to make his troop recognizable. These vigilantes are members of the post-fascist splinter party, the Right. The group says it's defending law and order on the outskirts of Rome. It roots out the hiding places of illegal immigrants. They find what they're looking for in the woods: tents and wooden huts with plastic sheeting, primitive shelter against the winter.
Unfortunately, our hands are tied. All we can do is inform the police. We can't intervene ourselves, even when these shelters are close to our own homes.
There's no trace of the people who live here. Maybe they're Romanians who work illegally at a construction site.
Of course, we're sorry to see the conditions they live in, but how can we be sure they haven't got criminal intentions? If they have no work, no money, and nothing to eat?
Fear is widespread on the outskirts of Rome. Not a week goes by that doesn't bring news of a violent crime. The police are investigating rapes and armed robberies. Here, a couple was attacked. The man was locked in a car boot. The woman sexually abused. When the suspected perpetrators were arrested, there was an uproar. The suspects were foreigners again, Romanians who even have police records in their own country.
For months, people here in Italy have talked about nothing but the crimes foreigners are committing. Mostly it involves Romanians, and the people who live here don't forget that. But of course, it's ridiculous to suggest that all the crime is committed by foreigners. There's a political strategy behind it to throw our country backward. Until now, racism was not tolerated. It had no place here.
But that has changed. More and more Italians regard foreigners as a threat.
The so-called citizens' defense groups don't help. They create fear and drive voters into the arms of right-wing parties, who are thrilled.
Silvio Berlusconi is certainly profiting. His popularity is unbroken despite the economic crisis. Even his ironical remarks on security didn't backfire.
We would have to have as many soldiers as beautiful women, and I don't think that would be possible.
People in Rome's Romanian shops shudder when they hear such words. Carmen Persa has lived in Italy for many years. She saved money working as a domestic help so she could open this grocery store. It has repeatedly been the target of xenophobic attacks.
I'm afraid. I found graffiti smeared on the walls for the first time a year ago. The Celtic cross, a symbol of the fascist Forza Nuova, and Romanians out graffiti. It's happening more often.
The owners of the Italian pizzeria next door say they know nothing about the threats. They come from Calabria in southern Italy and have relatives who work in Germany.
The foreigners here are getting obnoxious. They come to Italy to survive, and then they think they can boss everyone around. That's the impression I get. They're arrogant.
She perhaps forgets that she herself was once a stranger here. The men from the vigilante group also carry Celtic crosses. They regard immigration as a mathematical problem.
If there's enough food to feed 10 people, then I let 10 people into the country. Not some arbitrary number, because the 11th person will have to find his food some other way, illegally. And who knows what he'll do after he's filled his belly.
These groups say they want to make Italy's streets safer. And if their actions drive foreigners away, they say they won't complain.